In this video, we're going to discuss the top 5 ways you can use utility to make holding bomb site B on Anubis easier. Whether it's getting picks, retaking E-box, pushing B main, or simply holding the site. So let's dive right into my number 1 best utility set. So this first flash you're going to use to help your teammate push out B main. And I want you to try to spot this flash from their perspective. So, did you see it? Let's take another look. It is so hard to spot this flash because it's coming right out of the smoke and popping instantly. So I want to go in a little bit more detail about how you pull this flash off. The first thing to know is just where to throw the flash from, the most important part. So what you're going to want to do is just get anywhere up on this platform back here, and you just kind of look for a little bit of light in the top right corner of this opening. And anytime you see that light, just throw a flash towards the light, and it should be about a perfect flash. And what you'll see is that anyone playing any normal spot is going to get flashed. Obviously, if they're tucked here or they're playing anti-flash, then they won't get blind. But anybody else is not going to have time to dodge this flash. And especially with the smoke in there, it's going to cover it up until the very last second. But you can see even somebody playing in this corner is going to get annihilated. However, there are a couple more things to worry about. One is depending on how you throw your smoke. Let's say you throw your smoke like this. It makes for a really awkward peek when you come out. It's like you're out there, everyone's blind, but you can't find anybody. So if you want to throw that smoke more consistently, what I would do is you kind of come right to this edge just before this corner, and then you just aim your crosshair kind of going down this side right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to be a smoke that's kind of coming a little bit more out on this side, but that way when you come out, it'll be easy to take those fights. You won't have to worry about your smoke pushing over too much. Now typically you don't want to use this flash right away in the beginning of the round, obviously because a lot of people pre-nade this area, but you want to give them time to kind of push up into these areas. They see that you've smoked it, so they're not really too worried about you pushing them at that point with it smoked off. But what that ends up doing is some people will be pushing into this area, and although that flash will get them too, it might be a little awkward to come out here, kill a person, and then have to turn around and kill them and come back. So another thing you can do is after you've thrown the smoke, so we throw the smoke and maybe we give them a little bit of time to set up. We let the smoke kind of sit here for a little bit. And if you come over here into this corner and you throw a molly, you'll see there's a little triangle that we're looking at. And if you throw a molly to the bottom middle of that triangle, that's going to be a good molly for anybody playing on the right side. So that way, when you pop out with your flash, you really just need to clear this way. Lastly, if you're the guy throwing the flash, there's obviously more than one way to throw a flash like that. There's this here where you can kind of come right to this edge, line this up, and then if you throw a flash at the bottom corner of this thing here. This is a good flash too, works really well. One of the downsides is that you can't really come out looking this way where the other flash goes behind you. You can kind of come out and have it pop behind you. Another similarly cool flash that you could use is if you put like a small gap here, and then you just throw a flash at like this rock or the top of this step here, one of these rocks. You just do like a run throw. That'll be a good flash as well. But ultimately, throwing the flash back here, it's just the most convenient. It doesn't just have to be a little gap too. I mean, you could see this whole area, right? And you throw the flash. So kind of wherever you are, you can throw this flash really quickly and easily. And it just has you in a good position because this is an area you'll probably be playing a lot anyway. So your teammate starts pushing up into the smoke, you throw the flash, you get right back to holding E-box. Okay, moving on to our second best utility set. If you've seen any of my videos, you probably have seen this flash before. I get so many kills using it, sometimes in the same game, different rounds. However, the key to using this flash is really throwing this molly. It prevents any of the T's from getting up in that corner. And it also makes sure that you can't get pushed while you're trying to throw the flash. So what you want to do is throw the molly and hold the molly for a little bit, just in case somebody wants to push through it. And when you're confident that's not going to happen, you want to crouch in front of this electrical box and throw your flash just above it. Then make sure you turn away from your flash as you peek. Okay, coming in at number 3, we have a really cool E-box retake that you can do from dark. Okay, so first, before we can really set up this E-box retake, we need to make sure that B main is either smoked or you have a teammate playing out there. but one way or another you need to be able to set up flashes and mollies from here, so that needs to be covered. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look for this black line on this pillar. So you'll notice that one of these lines is a little bit thicker. It doesn't have as many like nicks and scratches on it as the others. And then you take this pillar and you basically put it in this L shape. So essentially just right above this rock, you put the pillar there, and you can start by throwing a molly in there. And what that's going to do is, for anyone who maybe is pushing this, maybe they just mollied it out, you're now remollying it, which is kind of putting them in a defensive position. They're going to be kind of sitting here. And right after your molly, what you're going to do is you're going to throw a flash with just a little step, and it's going to flash around the corner. So as you're coming down here, it's going to flash around this corner, but for them, they're going to have no time to react to this. And what I really like about this flash is, even if you have a guy playing it like this, which you would think would be safe, it's going to hit them as well, and they're not going to really have any chance to react to it. Next, we have this B site pop flash, and this is something really useful that you can use when they're executing onto the site. You can see from this clip they really have no chance to react to this flash, and it'll just give you the edge when taking these fights. So to set this flash up is really easy. You want to just come into this corner, and then when you look up at the sky, you can use the sun as a guide, because you can just do a right click to the left of the sun. Now, when you go to peek with this, there's two ways that you could do it. So you could throw the flash here and you could peek on this side, or what I prefer to do is throw the flash and actually peek on this side. And the reason why is because if you're playing as a T, you may just be holding it from this angle, and then when you peek out, you might get headshotted. But if they're kind of coming this way and you go to peek from this angle, you're more than likely going to catch them blind and win that fight. So lastly, coming in at number 5, I want to show you guys a good way to do a B main eco rush. And basically, if you just come to these steps, anywhere on these steps, and then you look for the second level of scaffolding, right where the cross is, and you do a jump throw, this is a really good flash to get your teammates out B main for that push. Because what will happen is that anybody who can see this window will get pop flashed, and they really won't have any time to react to it. So maybe somebody will be up here. It's unlikely during a rush that somebody's going to be way up here, but even somebody down in this corner that you wouldn't expect it is going to take a little bit of that flash. Really, the safest place to dodge it would be all the way over here, which could happen, but it gives you a really good chance of getting some kills. Honestly, sometimes during a gun round, which I think is even more unexpected that people will be rushing B main, I'll have the first 2 spawns rush out B main, throw this flash twice, and I've had really good results with that. Hey guys, if you made it this far, I have one more tip for you, and that's just for smoking B main and doing it safely. I learned that if you find this little brick hanging out and you throw a smoke to the left side of it, the light side, do a left and right click, you'll pretty much always have a perfect smoke for B main. You'll be able to do it hidden. What I like about it is it really doesn't matter where you're standing. As long as you can see that, you can throw a smoke at it and it'll land perfectly. So I really like that. So I hope you found this video useful, and let me know what your favorite flash is, or if you have any other feedback or suggestions for me. Thanks.